Scott Boone. I've been at William & Mary for 8 years. This is my first year as defensive coordinator. I was fortunate to come to William & Mary 8 years ago after being a head coach at Randolph-Macon College up in Ashland. Before that, I was at Wabash College in Indiana as offensive coordinator. I feel like my coaching style here at William & Mary has evolved from working with Coach Laycock. I really feel like the most important thing that we can do as coaches is make it about what the players can do, what the players know, more than about what we know. I think that's one thing we talked about with our players at length in our first few meetings was for us to be the kind of defense we want to be, it's really about them. And for us to be successful, those players have to make an effort every day to improve individually, which will help us improve as a unit. I think for us as a defense, and our style as a defensive coaching staff is that to be a really great defense, you have to be really good at playing base defense. So I think one thing we focused on in the spring is getting better at playing our base defense. We want to blitz because we want to blitz, not because we feel like we have to blitz in order to stop somebody. Now we're going to blitz as much as we ever have, but our philosophy has been to establish ourselves as a first-class base defensive football team. Now, I feel like this spring has been a great learning experience for the entire defense. I feel like Coach Andrews done a great job with the front. Every year we lose quality guys up front. He just continues to develop great depth, and I think we've seen that this year in the spring with those guys. We're rolling in guys like Steve Senate, Kelly Doe, those two freshmen who haven't done anything, Mike Riley. We're all of a sudden working with the first group to help Harold, Marcus, and Brian Stinney and those guys out. So I think that's been a big positive. Coach Andrews did a great job there. And in the secondary, I feel like Coach McDonald has really worked hard at making those guys individually accountable for everything that they do on and off the field. And I think that's been a big plus. And I feel like our linebacking crew, very experienced and very solid guys who you know what you're going to get out of those guys every day. Dante's been tremendous during spring. He's been very consistent. Having Jake back has been a big plus from a leadership standpoint. And then the two young guys, Alex Goodman and Eric Green, both progressed. And Ben Casper, I think, is a guy who's really stepped up in the spring. So we're excited about the depth we've developed, and we're excited about the way the defensive staff has been able to work together and work that common goal to make us the best defense we can be. I think if you look at our defense, one thing that we want to be known as, and one thing that we think we've really stressed, is we want to run the football and be physical tacklers on every play. I think that's the strength of our defense. We're faster than we have been, we're more athletic than we have been, and we really preached physicality of the defensive football. And I think that's one thing that you're going to see from our defense is guys running the ball as fast as they can, and when they get there, being physical. I think when we sit down next week and evaluate the spring game, I think the things that we really want to see is number one, that we got our greatest run rates. We ran the football consistently throughout the whole game, and then we eliminated missed tackle. I think that's something that if you're going to be a good defense, you've got to run the ball, you've got to tackle the ball. I think that's what we're striving for. And then there's just to see if our guys have bought into the philosophy that it's really not about what defense is called, it's about how